Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa from PosterMyWall, and welcome to Learn with PosterMyWall. Today, our special guest is Melissa Libby, president of Melissa Libby and Associates, an Atlanta-based public relations and communications agency that serves clients in the food, beverage, and retail industries. So imagine how awesome it would be if you had a really robust list of your bar or restaurant's customers that you could use to communicate with them. And today, Melissa is going to make your dreams come true by sharing 10 or maybe even more tactics that you can use to entice your customers to share their email addresses with you. Even if you're not in the food service industry, I think you're going to find that some of Melissa's tactics will in fact work for your business as well. But first, let us know who's here, if you work in a bar or restaurant, and what is the tactic you find most successful to collect your customers' email addresses. You can just put your answer in the chat. So Melissa, and also we have Emily helping out on the back end from Melissa Libby and Associates. We're here in Atlanta, and then Susie and Audrey, of course, from PosterMyWall are in the San Francisco Bay Area. So most bars and restaurants find it really challenging to build their email lists, but as I said earlier, Melissa and her team have cracked the email code, and Melissa has graciously agreed to share her secrets with us. In the next 25 minutes, she's going to teach you how to create a plan for your email marketing, reveal 10 proven ways to drive your customers to subscribe to receive your emails, and share examples of how other restaurants have implemented these tactics. Lots of examples, which are really great. Her agency does amazing work, and I think she's got some stuff that are outside of their work, but also a lot of great stuff that her team has created. And what we really want today is for you to leave with ideas that you can adapt and use to grow your own email marketing list like never before. As I shared before, Melissa is president of Melissa Libby and Associates, a communications and PR agency that serves clients in the food, beverage, and retail industries. And her company specializes in media communications, event planning, community outreach, and social media. Before we hand the session over to Melissa, I want to remind you, if you have any questions for Melissa or PosterMyWall, please put them in the comments. If we don't answer you live today, we'll get back to you later this afternoon. And Melissa is going to go check the chat later. And so if you have anything specifically for her, she will answer you. And as always, this video is going to stay here on our Facebook page, so you can come back and watch or share it with anybody you think that our content would be helpful to. So Audrey, do we have any shout outs or questions before we get started?
Yeah, I have people coming in still, but Jack is excited to learn about Melissa's tips and tricks. They use PosterMyWall for good social media stuff. So they're excited. And we have someone from, let's see, a marketer from Dominica. So they keep on coming in.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. I'm going to turn over the screen and welcome Melissa.
Awesome. Thank you, Lisa. Thanks, everyone. So how to grow your email database and how to really, it really should be how to get relationships with your potential customers and your existing customers. And the first question is email still really relevant? You know, you always hear that, oh, everybody's on Facebook, everybody's, on Instagram, social media, email's old school. Well, guess what? Guess how many people have an email address? 4 billion with a B. I just looked this up. 4 billion people have an email address. 2.8 billion have a Facebook page. 1 billion have an Instagram, and only 300 million have Twitter. So all those together are less than the people that have email. So yes, it's definitely relevant. It's a great way to build relationships. And I'm not saying anything against social media, because we love social media, but this is such a good tool for your marketing activities. It's harder with social media and some of the others to build a relationship. Email is such a one-on-one and a lasting relationship builder. So I just love it for that. It's also a great way to grow your audience, because you can have people forward things. You can constantly be getting new email addresses, which we'll talk about in a minute. And there are a lot of low-cost, user-friendly opportunities to do it. It's not like you need to hire someone to do this for you. You can do it yourself very easily, including with PosterMyWall. and I know that these guys are probably going to tell you a little bit more about it, but there are free options within PosterMyWall, and then there are some very low cost options, and they're all based on how many people you're sending to. So if you're just starting your list out, it's not going to cost anything to do this. So that's amazing, and one more reason to get started right away. If you have a loyalty program, or if you want to create a loyalty program, email is another amazing way to keep that going. You can send out special offers to your loyalty members. You can ask loyalty members to refer other loyalty members. You can give them points through this. So it's another good way for that. Increasing repeat customers. And then of course, the whole reason we're doing this is to grow sales. One of our examples that we have here is promoting features and news on your email. So I thought this was a great example from one of our clients. They have a new menu for the summer, and I think everybody can relate to changing the menu and wanting to tell your guests that you've got a new grouper sandwich, or that the herb chicken now comes with cauliflower rice. So I like that they use that as a way to tell people just a little bit about what's going on in the restaurant. And then if you'll notice, and again, I believe this is something we all can appreciate, they're hiring. And this is a good way to tell your guest who may have, a friend or a son or daughter or something that may be interested in working at this great restaurant. So they found a way to kind of, put that in. And then of course, curbside and delivery has been really big for all the restaurants since COVID hit. And so they were able to put that in there. So it's very, very nice, three things in there. Selling tickets to an event. This is one of my favorite ways to use email. This is one of our, this is a different client. We have a client also that does wine tastings, but this is a great example of getting your wine tastings or your beer dinner or your, Taco Tuesday, whatever it is that you want to sell tickets to, you send it out with the dates that they are available. We use Eventbrite on the back end to calculate those ticket sales, but you don't really have to. You can make it an email address if you wanted. But we have clients that they just sell out. They send the email about the event, and then 2 hours later, the event is sold out because people are used to getting it, and they've built a relationship with these people that go to this event every year. So creating a good email program. I just wanted to mention this before we get into how to get the emails. It's easy. It doesn't cost a lot, but it does take a few minutes of your time. And I will say it gets easier the more used to it you get, but you've got to be pretty realistic about how often you want to send your email. So I would certainly say, start with once a month. And then if you needed to do an extra one here and there, that would be great. But if you've got something going on, and this is a client who was doing curbside, a different menu every single day. So we were sending an email for them every single day. And it was okay because people were expecting it. They wanted to know what they were offering for dinner that night. So you just have to make a decision on what makes sense. You definitely don't want to overdo it. And I think that when you're just starting out, don't put too much on yourself, and then build up as you feel comfortable. You also want to think about what you are telling people in your email, and nobody wants to be sold to, especially if they've signed up for your email. They don't want to be inundated. So make sure, I use the give, take scenario, make sure that you are giving something to them. So like in this example, I believe there was a recipe in here, and yeah, and they're telling you what's in the drink, and they do a fun little server Q&A. So don't make it all about come eat with us, come eat with us, come to our event. Give them back a little something. And we do recipes a lot, and it doesn't even have to be, you know, a recipe of a dish at the restaurant. It can be your grandmother's, you know, Thanksgiving cornbread recipe, anything, you know, that will make people feel like they're getting something out of the newsletter, as well as the content. Okay, so how do you build this database? And so you may be starting from scratch, or you may just not have as many emails as you wish. And so that's what I want to talk about here, to see if, you know, we can get you a higher number. And I will put the disclaimer in here, is that everyone that you add to your email list must have agreed to opt in. That's a law. So you can't just go take your kids, you know, middle school PTA list and start sending to it. You can't do that. But that does not mean that you cannot go to a PTA meeting and get everybody to sign up for your list and get them to agree that they opt in. So you just have to be clever about it. So here's some ideas. Create incentives for your staff. So just yesterday, I got a huge box full of email addresses from one of my clients, because they incented their servers to see who could get the most email addresses from their guest. And whoever won got a dinner out at a really nice restaurant in town. And then the number 2 and the number 3 people got like a bottle of wine, and you know, you can do anything that fits. But I got a ton of email addresses from them. So that's a really good way. And it's important to remember, try to get one from everyone at the table, not just the guy or girl that pays the check. We want everybody's address. So incentives for your staff. You know, the old-fashioned fishbowl still works. Just put a little sign on it that says, by dropping your business card in here, you're opting into our mailing list. And then raffle a lunch for 4 or dinner for 2, or, you know, whatever suits your particular place. And people just drop their business card in and they'll fill out a form to win something. So I'm a big fan of that, and that's just super easy. If you work off of a reservation system, OpenTable, Resi, any of them, they are collecting emails for you already. And if you haven't taken advantage of this, please do. It's very simple, and your rep will talk you through it. Those emails can go straight into your database. The people have already opted in, and they already are your fans. So it's a great database. No one to remind you to do that if you haven't, and do it regularly. Don't just do it once. And then collecting contact information at events. This is a missed opportunity that I see very, very often. And I know that we aren't doing a ton of events right now, but they'll be back. And we do all these, you know, we go to festivals and we give out food and we talk to people and, you know, tell them about our restaurants. And then poof, they're gone. You know, we might give them a piece of paper, you know, to remind them to come back, but it's just not effective. So I recommend getting their email addresses, maybe have somebody there with an iPad when the person can just go in and type their email address while they're waiting in line. And then the next day, send them a $5 off coupon or an offer to come back in. And then even next year, you can email everybody you met at the festival last year and say, hey, we're going to be back, you know, come by our booth. So it's a really good place to get emails. And I think that people don't take advantage of it as much as they should. So if you have a website, this is another great way to get email addresses, just collecting them. And Cowboy Chicken is one of our clients, and their email is called the Campfire Club. And so right there on their website is a place to sign up. So anything that you've got out there online, ask people to sign up for your newsletter. If it's a website, you know, on your social media from time to time, put a post up about, don't forget to sign up for a newsletter, you know, that sort of thing.
I see that they're telling people you get a free peach cobbler.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. Provide an offer. So you get a free peach cobbler if you sign up. We have a client that gives free, they have a kettle chips are their kind of signature delicious item. And that's what they give to everyone when they sign up. So yeah, I mean, you really need to think about these emails as valuable data that you have for a long time. So a peach cobbler is nothing to get these people on your list. So this is our company email newsletter. It's called Dish Around Town, and it's about all of our clients, not everyone every week. We send it out weekly, but I'll use it as an example to show how you can talk about different things all in one. So what we did was back to school, and we have a bunch of our clients and everybody has something different going on for back to school. So if you have more than one restaurant, you could put them all together and maybe make a theme, like a back to school theme. Or even if you are in a shopping center or a place with other restaurants, or even just other retailers, you can get together and say, you know, it's National Dog Day. So, you know, go to the dog store and do this, go to here and do that, bring your dog to our patio. We'll have some treats out, you know, just think of a theme and use other businesses together. And then as I said, your newsletter, you want to put that like at the bottom of your menu. If you have table tents, put it on there. All your social media channels, anywhere. I mean, there's really nowhere that's inappropriate to ask, if, in my opinion, to ask for people's email addresses. So what do we have for questions?
Actually, I have one. People ask me, I'm sorry, Audrey, all the time people say, you know, well, I only have, you know, 100 names on my email list. I only have 30. I mean, is there a number people should strive for?
Good question. And I don't think that there's like a magic number. It's better to have quality people on your mailing list than a huge number, you know, just like with social media, that it's the same. Do you want 50 people that, you know, came to your event and, you know, love your restaurant, or do you want 500 people who live outside the country and don't know, you know, don't know anything about you? So definitely just have as many as you can. There's not a magic number.
Thank you. Audrey, what have you got?
People are just still following along. We're still getting people joining us, actually.
Oh, excellent. So we had some bonuses today. We have a link, first of all, we did a live class a couple of weeks ago on how to use PosterMyWall to create emails. So if you don't have a program you're working with, or you want to see PosterMyWalls, Audrey's going to share this link in the chat, and then you can click that and check it out exactly how you can take a design right from PosterMyWall and add some text and send it right out to your email list. The other bonus is that thank you, Melissa has given us her presentation with all of these links to sample content, and Audrey's going to put the link to that in the chat as well. So also, we would love to know in the chat, which of Melissa's great tactics do you think you might be using soon? Which tactics do you think will work for you? If there's something you're going to implement soon, we would love to know what that is. So Audrey, are there any questions, or are we good?
We are good to go for now.
All right. Well, great. So if you have any other questions, please do put them in the chat. We will be checking back over the next 24 hours. And please do share this video with anybody else who you think could benefit from Melissa's amazing advice. Our offer this week is 30% off on a full year or quarterly subscription for Premium or Premium Plus for a new user, or an upgrade for Premium to Premium Plus. Just use this code SPICE30 and you'll get that discount. So Melissa, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Your content has been amazing. That's it for now. And if anybody has any future class topics you would like to hear, let us know in the chat too, because we are always looking. We have a couple other topics we may invite Melissa back for. So let us know what you want so we can get that for you. Thank you everybody for joining us, and everybody have a great day.
Bye.